I came here to start a reforestation project, so I looked for land that would be in really bad shape, and this land definitely answered this criteria. It looked very much like the moon. When we came here, we felt like we're joining this experience of landing on the moon. And now all the colors are completely different. So Sadhana Forest started in 2003, and with my wife, my daughter, and I. And the idea was to do reforestation of this piece of land, and we started doing that, but it evolved in a completely different way. Volunteers started coming 5 days after we started, and slowly more and more volunteers. Now we have more than 1,000 every year just here in India. So it evolved to be something much bigger than we ever imagined it would be. Reforestation needs perseverance. It's like giving birth, but then you have to grow the child. Our commitment is to the tree at all stages of its life. Create an ecosystem around it. And that's what Sadhana Forest is special about, this very long-term attitude, long-term approach to reforestation and to development. We went to Haiti, and people asked us, what can you promise us? What will you do with us, for us? And I said, the only thing we can promise you is that we'll be here for 20, 30 years. And we'll support the effort from start to finish. It won't be a 1 to 3 year project and then we move on. We'll be with you. And we did it. We stayed in terrible hurricanes when many other NGOs have gone. A forester is somebody that thinks long term. That's the very big difference between gardening and forestry. In gardening, you plant something, and in 3-4 months you have the result. You have a vegetable or something or a crop that you can use. In forestry, you need a very, very serious commitment and perseverance in order to reach a good result. Water management is very important for us, so we try to catch every drop of rain as close to where it falls as possible. Working on contour, so working on topographical contour so that we don't cause erosion by making a trench across contours and the water running downslope and disturbing the soil. The second aspect of our water management work is saving water.
The special thing about our plantation is we have an irrigation bottle which is about 2 liters. So it has a cotton rope at the bottom. When we fill the water inside, what happens is it slowly, very slowly drips, drop by drop by drop. So in a day, it will be like 50 ml of water will be fed for the plants. So we keep that bottle and then we cover it, and we will close the lid of the bottle and then keep it. So it will be a little bit visible, and every month in the summer, once in a month, we water it, and that too like 2 liters of water for one plant. That's it. So people used to say plastic is rubbish, we don't know how to get rid of it, but we found something good with bad actually.
Our approach to regenerating land is really to try to listen to what the land wants, to what the land needs, rather than to impose something on it, to have a project that we want to cut and paste from somewhere else or from someone else's dream. The first thing I do on a piece of land is just sit and meditate and observe very carefully and walk I try always to walk barefoot, and suddenly specific ideas come to mind. You know, they're not arbitrary. If you're open, if you don't have your own mental idea from before of what you want to do, your mind is open to conceptualize new things. This process of listening is very deep, and the land gives us lots of hints of what it needs. I gave a workshop once in the south of Portugal, and I asked people to just close their eyes and write, and later write what they saw on this piece of land. We were walking the piece of land barefoot, and then sitting and closing our eyes, and then somebody started drawing leaves, very, very detailed picture of leaves and a tree. And then another person that was in the workshop, who was a botanist, said, these leaves, this tree grew here like 200 years ago, and it was extinct from this area. But he could recognize the species, and he gave us the name of the species. So I sincerely believe in the land giving us the information of what we need in order to reforest it.